Up, up. It looks like we may be live and in charge. Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome back to the ENNIES YouTube channel. This is the second live stream in a series of two. So this is the finale, and we're going to end it on a bang. We are here to discuss the ENNIES, the voting, some of these incredible creators that we have on the call with us right now, and to discuss the ENNIES Emporium. So my name is Bridgett, the loud one. I'm sure you can hear me from miles away, and if not, I can always increase the volume for you, mostly just because I love you. I was the host of the ENNIES in 2024 and 2025, and we have someone spectacular who is on this call right now. I know you see him, that is going to be hosting for 2026. So before we get in and we have an opportunity to connect and ask some questions of these amazing community or these amazing creators, let's kind of slow down for just a moment and discuss what the ENNIES are. So if you're new to the channel, you're new to the platform, you're new to the industry, or you're new to this concept, the ENNIES are an annual fan-based celebration of excellence in tabletop role-playing games. My parents who don't know what an ENNIES is and they barely know what a game is, I typically tell them, like, these are the Academy Awards of my industry. And they go, oh, okay, cool. So I'm sharing that with you just in case you kind of have the same disconnect that my parents have. But the ENNIES gives game designers, writers, and artists the recognition they deserve. It is a People's Choice Award, and the final winners are voted upon online by the gaming public and announced at, well, as of right now, Gen Con, which is going to be happening. The ENNIES Awards is going to be happening Friday, July 31st at 8 p.m. Now, if you have not had an opportunity to look at all the nominees for this year, please run to the website. This is going to be at singular.awards.com. Voting is open, so you can vote for your favorite publisher, best layout, best community content, best maps. There are so many categories that take a moment to pause, acknowledge, recognize, and celebrate creators. Your vote genuinely matters. It's 2026, guys. Creating was exhausting before we got to 2026, and people are still putting out amazing content at this moment. So please, if you have an opportunity, you have until July 19th to take a moment, jump onto your computer, your mobile, whatever you have, and vote for your favorite publishers, your favorite creators, your favorite games. It means a lot. And this is a great way that you can join into the audience of celebration and clapping for these creators. So the one thing we're going to lean into just a moment, I'm going to have Marissa step in and help me. This is a stream that is going to be discussing the ENNIES Emporium, this event. So Marissa, would you please step up really fast and tell us exactly what is the ENNIES Emporium?
Yeah, of course. Thanks, Bridgett. This year, in collaboration with BackerKit, nominees from the ENNIES of 2025 and past are coming together to celebrate all of these amazing games and products that we have made and been nominated for by launching a ready-to-ship project on BackerKit featuring those products that have been featured in the ENNIES as either winners or nominees. These are all really exciting products, some of which are hard to get a hold of now through different printing processes, and some of them are on major discount and major sale for this event only. So make sure that you check it out on BackerKit and get excited.
Yes. Marissa, sincerely, thank you so much. I deeply appreciate that. Guys, that event is live right now, so definitely go by and engage. And speaking of engagement, if you're looking not only to buy, but to actually experience some of these ENNIE nominated or ENNIE award-winning games, there is an event going on right now with our friends over at Start Playing Games, at startplaying.games, where you can actually play some of these games. So head over to Start Playing Games. It's a great platform that supports a lot of GMs and storytellers. You can sign up now through the end of July to actually get in on some of this absolutely incredible content. So before I get into our roundtable, where I'm going to do a circle and I'm going to introduce each of these creators, have them stand up and give a quick introduction of who they are, what they do, where they can be found, and of course, their product, I want to go and holler at Professor DM. Hi, baby. Oh, you're muted. It's okay.
How are you, Bridgett? It's great to be here. Great to be anywhere.
I am excellent, fantastic. And how are you doing this afternoon or evening or morning, depending on where you are?
Fantastic.
Good. Hey, so I'm going to talk about you directly to your face on something that I said on the last recording. I deeply appreciate how intentional you are about lifting creators that are around you. The amount of times that I've gotten a tag saying, "Oh my God, Professor DM mentioned you," and da 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 da. I'm like, "Show me the clip, give me the timestamp." And you do it so frequently and you do it so intentionally. And I just want to take a moment to say thank you for everyone that you intentionally lift from around you on a regular basis. It is deeply appreciated in this industry. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for saying that. I really try to use my channel to highlight independent games and let people know that these games exist, because I think we need more channels to do that. And I'm not the only one. Ben Milton and Questing Beast and Seth Skrzykowski, our friend Seth, he does that too. But it's tough on YouTube. The algorithm is tough. So I'm just going to keep fighting that fight, because something, we have great guests today, but a game like, just for an example, Land of Eam, that is a game, just the production values. I want people to know that that's out there. That's so important. The production values of these independent games are absolutely incredible and so innovative that I just want everybody to know that they exist.
Well, thank
Literally,
you.
to my point, lifting. Sorry, Ben, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead,
No,
Ben. Sorry.
Just saying thanks.
To my point, always lifting. So, Professor DM, before we start getting into these creators, listen, you're the host for the 2026 Ennies, baby. How are you feeling about it?
I'm very nervous. I'm very nervous. I've never done it before. And you've done a great job hosting the last couple of years, and it's a high bar. It's a high bar to reach there. I'm just hoping to do the best I can.
Yeah. Listen, if you weren't nervous, I think all of us should be concerned. So the fact that you are nervous makes you human, and it also means that you care. So for everything that's worth, you're going to wind up crushing it, because you as a standalone are already awesome. Awesome. The energy in that room is amazing, and what you do inherently as a person celebrating others is going to sing beautifully. So I'm really excited to see you here in a couple weeks, babe. Okay, amazing. Now, creators, I'm gonna holler at you guys here for just a second. We're gonna do this quick round table. When it's your turn, do your introductions, what you do, where people can find you, talk about your product. Now, I can go in the order that I took this screenshot on, or you guys can roll a D20 and we can go randomly. What sounds more amusing today?
I would say just the order.
You want to just do the order?
Yeah.
You want to do the order? Okay. All right. So if you are watching currently on the live stream, feel free to type into the chat if you have any questions for any of these creators. Heather, who is running production in the background, will capture those questions, bring them to Professor DM and I, and then we will be able to recycle them and give them to the creators. So we are actually going to first start off with, again, correct me anytime I mispronounce something or give a wrong date or a wrong product. It is Theta, correct?
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah.
Okay, baby, tell us who you are, what you do, where people can connect with you, and then let's talk about your product.
Sure. Fede, this is Rom, my little pal. I'm an Argentinian TTRPG designer. And yeah, I run Arcana Media. Is a company in the UK doing games. I've been doing this for about, like, I don't know, 7 years, 8 years, more or less, 9 years. Yeah. Since I moved to the UK. Then I lived there and doing games. I worked for Modifius for a couple years. And then eventually I moved to Japan. I continued doing the same thing in Japan, opened the same company, had to explain to people in my city what was a role-playing game, Japanese, super fun. And now I'm back home. So I'm fortunate to continue to be able to make games from Argentina. I illustrate my own games too. I'm a designer and illustrator. And I tend to write games related to social sciences and very theme-driven. So yeah, that's kind of my jam.
Oh, amazing. Thank you. By the way, Rom was a delight, that entire introduction.
Thanks.
I kind of hope they come back. That was amazing. All right, so talk to us about your content. Let's hear about it. Let's talk about it. I love that you illustrated yourself too. Congratulations.
Yeah, totally. Thanks. So Zephyr in particular got nominated for Best Art last year at the Ennies. And it was kind of like a quite a trip to be nominated for that, because I started to learn how to illustrate in 2019, and actually 2019, 2018. A friend and mentor, Lib, taught me to do that through Skype. She was here in Argentina at the time. I was in London. So I started illustrating and I got really into it. And eventually I was like getting to a point where I'm like, hey, I can illustrate a whole game. And I really fell in love with the process and illustrated Zephyr for 4 years, and eventually got nominated for Best Art. The game itself is a fantasy game. It is set in a sentient living landmass called Ophoi. This landmass has sort of like an energy called Zephyr, the titular substance, which comes in 4 colors: yellow, magenta, black, and cyan. And the idea is that your character is made of this stuff. So you're made out of this stuff that we track in tokens in the game. And the idea of the game is that you sort of like go through a rite of initiation to the community. Your windfolk, your little sort of like sentimental constructs made of wood and ash. And you go out on a grand adventure to fulfill obligations for your community. So you'll have to hunt, gather, face off with communities that have different ideas about the world and yours. And it's all, it has like a lot of mechanical crunch, but it's not numerical. It's all about these color tokens and how they're spent in different combinations, your life force, and how sort of like it connects to the world. And it has lots of themes of like connection to nature. It took a lot of research on specifically the anthropology of stateless societies. So if you like something that's very out there, I think, in terms of its influences and its design tropes, and of course that is chock full of art, because it's like it's a very artful book with like really cool big maps and stuff like that. It's really nice. Check it out.
Hey, I'm just random, just because you just started illustrating and then you walked away with an ENnie nomination for Best Art. Where were you when you found out you were nominated? Do you remember?
I was in Japan. I was still in Japan because no, actually, because it was last year. I was already in Argentina. I came back to Argentina in 2024. So yeah.
Man, amazing. Professor, do you have any questions before we move on?
How did you get the rat to like appear on cue? I mean, Rom, that's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, my cage is open, so they are free to roam around, and so yeah, they can chill around like my desk. It's totally fine for them to just jump in, etc. It's daytime now, so they're generally mostly like sleeping, but if they climb around and they come. It's just totally normal. Yeah.
And second, can I see that map again? Let me see that one more time.
Yes, of course.
And
so
this is what I'm talking.
Sort of like the sentient landmass. It's really big. And the box where you get the game, like it comes with this, but in 2 maps that are foldable and double-sided. And they're central to the gameplay. So it's important for the place to have them and interact with them. It's pretty cool.
That's what I was talking about at the top of the show. Things that are that creative, we just want to promote them. That's what the Ennies is really about, so that people just know, that they're not locked into this bubble where there's only one game that I will not mention. But continue, Bridgett.
Amazing. And final question for you here, babe, just so Bridgett understood it correctly. You said there were 4 colors, and I heard black, I heard magenta, but that 4th one, it either didn't land or my internet dropped in. What's the 4th color?
Cyan. So it's kind of like a bluish tone. Yeah.
I'm just curious. Marissa, did you know that was a color?
It's the printer colors. It's CMYK. So
Yes.
You got to play on industry stuff there.
There we go. Marissa's like, yes, honey, it's just you that didn't know that was a color. Amazing. Feta, congratulations. Okay, speaking of Marissa, that is next up on my list. My love, tell us who you are, what you do, where people can find you, and then please lean into your content.
Yeah, so I am the co-founder of Magpie Games and co-owner of Smoking Mirror Games. I've been in the industry for over 15 years now, and I have art direction credits as well for over 200 tabletop gaming products.
Jesus.
And I've done writing and design for a bunch of different products. One of ours that got the Indiecade Grand Jury Award was Bluebeard's Bride. And I've also managed more than a dozen successful Kickstarters and raised over about $14 million, including Avatar Legends, the role-playing game, and Fallen London, the role-playing game, and Root, the role-playing game. So I also like history and end up doing archaeology and paleontological digs on occasion. Those now more of a hobby than than the gaming work stuff that I do. Overall, right now, we have been nominated for ENNIES on 8 different product lines. So we brought a whole bunch of big sales to the ENNIES Emporium this year. So what we did, we brought 2 bundles for Avatar Legends, 2 bundles for Root the RPG, and then a bundle apiece for Bluebeard, Apillion, Masks, Pasión de las Pasiones, Urban Shadows, and Zombie World. We've already sold out of 2 of those bundles, so folks might want to get in and check it out before a few others run out. We have only 1 left and a couple. We have 3 left, 4 left. So jump in as soon as you can. But like we're dealing with really, really big sale here, pretty much between 30 and 60% off of these products.
Absolutely incredible. And then, so you said 2 of those bundles were already sold out, correct?
Yeah. We have the Root Special Bundle and the Masks a New Generation Bundle.
Absolutely stunning. Okay, so those are already out of the Emporium. You said you have 1 more bundle left?
Not for those 2. We have Bluebeard has 1 left.
Okay.
And Apillion, a Dragon Epic, has 3 left. Zombie World has 4. So we're doing pretty good on some of the other ones. We do still have 1 Root bundle left as well. 1 Root, the standard bundle has plenty left for people.
Amazing. Professor, anything before I jump on Marissa?
Yeah, tell me more about Bluebeard, because that's a game that's on my radar.
Yeah, it's a horror RPG. It's basically a haunted house game. Everybody plays 1 character, the bride. You just make up different aspects of her personality as you go through your husband's mansion, 1 room at a time, figuring out what happened to who and why. And then you decide whether or not your husband is guilty of all these horrible murders and messed up crimes, or if you think he's innocent. And then you decide if you go into the 1 room that he forbade you from going into, or if you are a loyal bride and you do not.
So it's like the Legend of Bluebeard.
Yep.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those. The artistic design on that game is ridiculous. Like the book is just fun to visually engage with, like absolutely stunning. But Professor DM, it's one of those games that once you play it, it sticks on the inside of your ribcage, and that's coming from a person that works in horror full time.
I love horror games too. That's how it got on the radar.
Awesome.
Amazing. Marissa, anything else before I close this out and move us over to Gavin?
No, I'm just excited to be here and to see, all these different products come back up to the forefront and get highlighted.
Yeah, which is absolutely ENNIES. You guys are absolutely incredible for it. ENNIES and Backers Kit. Thank you for that opportunity. And also Magpie, massive congratulations on the sellout of these bundles. Just congrats. Okay, Gavin, I'm coming at you hot. And we need to know who you are, what you do, where people can find you, and then about your product as well.
Hello, I'm Gavin Norman. I'm the founder of Necrotic Gnome. We are a kind of indie old school RPG studio. Most famous for, well, 2 things, I guess, Old School Essentials and Dolmenwood. You can find us at necroticgnome.com, so that's easy. Yeah, so I just love old school D&D, and like, you know, in the kind of early like 2010s was like getting into the online like OSR sphere. Started off blogging and producing material for other old school games. Eventually got to the point of like producing my own game, which is Old School Essentials, which is, so that's 100% compatible with the old like 1980s D&D, the basic expert rules, which I love and is very, very popular still in the kind of online scene. And Dolmenwood is a kind of fairy tale-esque kind of reimagining of old school D&D. So like, rather than being based on like, you know, kind of sword and sorcery adventures of like Conan or Lankmar, stuff like this, takes a similar kind of premise and rule set, but replaces all of those tropes with like fairy tale kind of stuff. So that's I've actually been nominated for the 2026 Ennies, so this year's Ennies. So Dolmenwood has, I think it was released last November. We had a Kickstarter a few years back. It was released last November, and it's got 6 nominations, I think, this year.
Wow.
So yeah, really kind of blown away and super happy about that. Yeah, so Dolmenwood, the product, it has a bunch of books. It has 3 core books, like a player's book, campaign book, and a monster book. So it mirrors the kind of PHB, DMG monster manual kind of thing. I'd say the kind of core of the game is the campaign book, which is like a massive hex crawl. So you have a map, 200 hexes. Every hex has a page in the book telling you what you can encounter there. So it's set up as a kind of ultra detailed sandbox, basically. So like, you can throw players in, you know, okay, you start in a certain settlement on the map. There's tons of rumors, tons of NPCs to meet to get kind of hooks. And then players can just go wherever they like. So there are kind of overarching like story elements, but there's not like a plot per se. So it's very strongly supporting that kind of sandbox play. Yeah, you can kind of get lost in fairy roads, encounter like kind of lost shrines and standing stones in the forest, which obviously have different kind of magical powers. Like, yeah, discover like ley lines and things like this. So there's a lot of like deep secrets that players can dig down to as well as they explore the place. So yeah, that's an overview of Dolmenwood.
The detail on that product is absolutely astounding. It is astounding. Let me ask, how long did it take you to develop Dolmenwood, start to finish?
Probably about 12 years, start to finish. Yeah, I mean, it was, you know, it wasn't like solid all those 12 years, but it was a very long development. And yeah, it was one of those projects where I could have kept going, you know, but at some point I had to be like, okay, that's probably enough. That's like more than enough, way more than enough. But like, it's a product now. Let's get it out there.
For those of the people that don't know, there's even a Dolmenwood soundtrack vinyl album. I mean, there's everything.
Yeah, that's one of the nominations actually for the Ennies, was the LP that goes with it. So I got to work with Tales Under the Oak, who is a fantastic like musician in the kind of dungeon synth scene. I'm not super into dungeon synth myself actually, but like his stuff has this real like sort of mystical, like kind of foresty, swampy vibe. And as soon as I heard it, I was like, whoa, that is Dolmenwood. And when we came to doing the crowdfunding, I was like, let's do an LP, and contacted him, and he was super into it. So yeah, that was an amazing experience. And I love his music as well. So now I have another album of his to listen to.
And then Gavin, just for my own clarity and celebration, you said you were up for, was it 6, 8 nominees for this year?
I think it's 6. Yeah.
Do you have them listed by any chance? Do you know off the top of your head?
The monster book is nominated for the best monster / adversary, campaign book best setting, and product of the year.
Okay.
The LPs in some RPG related product category. The Dolmenwood Noble House pins is in the same category. So we do like little enamel pins of the noble houses of all of the like noble families in the setting. Was there one more, or is it 5? I forget, 5 or 6.
I think it is 6. I don't know the last one.
What the other one is, yeah. Weird.
Absolutely stunning. If you remember what it is, feel free to throw it in the chat or do the awkward thing. You know it?
Yeah, best cartography, the maps book. Yeah. Wow. So we also have a book of maps giving you like all these kind of you know, like a map of like the factions, a map of NPCs, a map of like where you can forage like fungi and herbs, big like double page maps of all the settlements. Yeah, tons of amazing work by Glyn Seal, John Newell, and Arlene Ortiz in the maps book. So that's number 6. Yeah. Thank you.
No, I love it. When you said 6, I was like, nope, at some point I'm going to have to slow down and learn what these categories are, especially for people watching. If they have the voting up, we can kind of get there. Now, guys, if you can't tell, I don't know what the world looks like on the YouTube side, but it looks like we lost Ben and Costa, but it looks like they are hopefully working their way back in. I can see Ben chatting and
I'm sorry.
Thou hast been summoned and have returned.
Sorry about that.
Zero worries. It's 2026. Tech is going to do what tech is going to do. Gavin, thank you. And Ben, this brings us to you, babe. Perfect re-arrival time. Yep. Yeah. Tell us who you are, what you do, all that fun stuff.
I'm Ben Costa. I'm co-creator of Land of Eam, which is published by Exalted Funeral. My co-creator, James, we've been friends since 2nd grade.
Wow.
Been making stuff since that time. We started making like little comics, and we're actually authors. We have published a graphic novel series called Rickety Stitch and the Gelatinous Goo, and a middle grade series called Dungeoneer Adventures. Just came out a couple years ago. And so Land of Eam takes place in the world of our books, and that's how it all started. We loved playing RPGs growing up. And we kind of always knew that we wanted to create a role-playing game. Because, we've been doing all this world building for decades now. So we started probably back, 2014 or something, just the early stages of Land of Eam. So it took about 10 or so years to see it all come together. And last year we were nominated for 5 Ennies. And we ended up winning the gold in best family game and best monster adversary book, and silver for best production values. And we were also nominated for cartography and something else. But yeah, like Dolmenwood, it's very about a sandbox. This is a hex map. We actually have a big board map, fold out board, and it's all about traveling across the map and up to the players where they want to go. We kind of approached it like a reference book, the sandbox. So instead of the GM having to read everything and know everything cover to cover, you can just follow the player's whims, go to the location, hopefully get a rundown pretty quick. And it's all we wanted to make it very character focused. So every location has got NPC drawings. There's probably about 450 of these things. And I normally draw all of I illustrated the graphic novel series and our book series, but I needed help for this because there's so much. So we enlisted a bunch of awesome artists, and it still took years and years to do, even with all that help, because it's a giant thing. And our biggest design principle between James and I was like, let's make something so big that it can't be ignored. Like no one can just. I think that worked. And it actually, just a couple weeks ago, Land of Eam was awarded the Origins Award for Best Role-Playing Game.
Let's go.
So yeah.
Well, there's no way to ignore it, because when Land of Eam and Dolmenwood arrived on my doorstep, my wife couldn't lift them. She couldn't bring them in the house. Like, it was such. We're talking for those of you that have never seen these games, like about 17 pounds of material, and it's just incredible. I mean, they are incredible epics of games.
And I guess I didn't mention, like, it's all based on our comics, but the vibe, we like to call it the Lord of the Rings meets the Muppets. That's the vibe.
And that's a great pitch. That's exactly what it is. And it's one of the reasons why Dolmenwood and Land of Eam were on my best games list for last year. Really incredible. Astounding.
Thank you.
Absolutely amazing. Okay, just a very quick round table. Theta, are you going to be at Gen Con this year?
No.
Okay.
I can't.
You're just like, I'm in a whole different country, honey.
Yeah.
Marissa, are you going to be there?
Yeah, I'll be there. We'll have a booth.
Amazing. Okay, do you know your booth number by any chance off the top of your head?
I believe it's 2309.
Okay. If not, I mean, it's Magpie. You guys always have like a triumphant, magnificent booth. So you'll be there. And will you be at the Ennies as well?
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
We also have a product that's been nominated this year, so hopefully we'll win Best Writing for Rapscallion.
Good luck. Gavin, how about you? Are you going to be on deck at Gen Con?
No, I live in another dimension actually, so I can't quite make it, I'm afraid. I'm going to send an emissary though, who will be there. So yeah, look out for someone cloaked. There's probably tons of them at Gen Con.
Not a different country, not a different state, a whole different dimension. And I'm not going to argue with it. That makes sense to me. Did I say yes? 2309 for Magpie Games. Yes. We already know Professor DM is going to be there. That's going to be our host. And Ben, are you going to be on deck at Gen Con?
I won't be able to make it this year. I kind of like moved mountains to go to the Origins Awards. And yeah.
Listen, you moved mountains to be there and then walked away with Best in Show. So, I mean,
that was
a good
wild.
Mountain move.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, so then actually closing us off, Professor DM, you have some pretty hot stuff in the pipeline at Backer Kid as well, correct?
I do.
Talk to us.
Deathbringer, my tabletop role-playing game, and I'm collaborating with Roll for Combat, and Deathbringer is a very grimdark, inspired by Savage Sword of Conan, Heavy Metal Magazine, Thunder the Barbarian, just all out. It's Dungeons and Dragons, but a very dark version of Dungeons and Dragons, and that is launching tomorrow on Backer Kit. I believe it's at noon. And for those of you that don't know, I was a public school teacher for 30 years, and I quit my job to do this. So it's either going to be the smartest or dumbest decision I've ever made in my life. So you can, even if you don't like me, you can check in a Backer Kit to see if I've ruined my life.
Amazing, babe. Good luck. I am going to cross promote that heavily because, again, you're so intentional about celebrating and supporting other people, and that has to be reciprocated on every opportunity that I can. Okay, guys, this is going to bring us to end of show. Beautiful cast members who are here. Are there any last things you guys want to shout out regarding your products, your companies, the Ennies, what your Monday looks like for the rest of the day? Is there anything else you guys want to shout out? And then Heather running production in the background. That's a very loud bow to Ennies. I love it. Heather, let me know if there's anything in the background that you also want me to shout out. Cast and table, anything else before we close out of here and get you on with your day?
Just thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Okay.
Thank you for making great games.
Well said. Well said. Well said. Heather's coming in with a reminder. Voting for the Ennies is open right now. And babes, I believe this bad boy closes on the 19th. Let me go stare at a screenshot really fast and confirm. Yeah, voting closes on the 19th. So definitely head over to ENNIE-awards.com and get your vote in, especially for some of these amazing contributors who are up that are going to be nominated and potentially going on stage today, or that they're sending their advocates or ambassadors from other dimensions up. And the ENNIES Emporium ends on Thursday. Time we're recording right now is Monday the 13th, so you have until the Thursday to jump on that. If you're looking to play games, head over to startplayinggames.com. You'll be able to connect with a lot of the Emporium content over there. Outside of that, guys, I think we're going to see you guys next time on July 31st at the Ennies at Gen Con with our host, Professor DM. You're going to see a lot of these creators here, or again, they're robots that they're sending out, or visions, or ghosts, or spectrals, whatever Gavin has going on in the background. To Stacy, to Heather, and to the entire Ennies, thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to host. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to put me on stage. Thank you so much for investing in me, and then also investing and celebrating creators. It matters. Heather, you and this go Bridgett at the bottom of the screen. I love your face too. Guys, thank you, thank you, thank you. Connect with the Emporium online, and if nothing else, we're going to see you guys at Gen Con. Bye, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your week.